Greetings to everyone from the New Testament channel. Religions are an indispensable part of human life, a phenomenon as old as human history. Some religions are created by human beings, while others are transmitted to people by a prophet or a saint. This is a general principle of the religions we are talking about. However, the sects that emerge within religions exist as reinterpretations of religion. In this sense, each religion is divided into many branches. These different interpretations usually arise for political, ethnic, and cultural reasons. However, when we look at Christianity in general, the situation here is a little different. In general, we observe that people who experience spiritual depression have much different effects on Christianity. At the very beginning of this, Paul, who we know as the founder of Christianity, emerges. He was on his way to Damascus when Jesus Christ appeared to him and then gave him the mission of evangelization to 10. And he started the first missionary work in history. The Mormon sect, which we will discuss today, emerged with similar characteristics. A young man named Joseph Smith, struggling to cope with social instability and poverty, clung to the Bible and read it widely. He searches for ways to alleviate his doubts and spiritual emptiness. This young man was moved to a religious awakening at a young age, and he was one step closer to awakening when he read in the Bible, "If any of you lacks wisdom, let him ask of God, who gives generously to all, and it will be given to him." This young Joseph Smith often went to the woods near his father's farm to listen to the voices of his soul. He continued his retreats for some time, and then he had his first vision. He sees God the Father and Jesus Christ. They appear to him in the form of a human body. They say to him, "Do not follow any church. They are all on the wrong path. Follow what we have revealed to you." After these words, Smith said that an angel named Moroni met him in the forest where he had gone for a retreat, and from him he learned that he had been born as a new prophet. God has chosen you. You are his messenger. God cannot establish his kingdom on earth because of the corruption of Christianity. You are the power to establish his kingdom on earth. You will restore Christianity. You will put the church back on track, and you will unleash the power of Christianity again. He says that he has been given the gospel of Jesus Christ, specially prepared for Americans. These gospels are in the form of golden plates and are located on Cumorah Hill. Angels come to help him translate these Hebrew plates into English. He reads them, understands them, and prays with them. But he is not given one of those plates. However, with his prayers and what he learned from the angel Moroni, he wrote the Mormon Book of Revelation. Joseph Smith was lynched to death in prison for his ideas and beliefs. The Book of Mormon. This book tells about the prophets who lived in the Americas and their relationships with the people. It also tells the story of Moses and some Hebrews who, after the prophet Moses had crossed over the Indians, settled in the area west of the Americas called Western Hemisphere. God became their strength and power and led them to America. Mormons believe that the Book of Mormon is God's final revelation. All their beliefs and practices are based on this book. Understanding of God. Mormons believe in a God who is omniscient and omnipotent, but who can take on a human body. This incarnate God is just like a perfect human being. A human being can be perfected and become God, just like Christ. Because God has only a body, he exists only in one place. He did not create existence out of nothing. He was able to dominate the existing being because of his perfection. If a human being perfects himself, he too can dominate existence. He too can be like God. As man is, so was God at one time. Man also becomes a god. Divinity always exists on earth. We are gods, his sons. Family life. Mormons say that the institution of the family is sacred. According to them, every human being should marry and in this way fulfill God's will for his or her life on earth and in the afterlife, because this is God's commandment. Marriage is the key to eternal happiness. Through marriage, people can be reunited with their souls, which are suspended in heaven. Every unmarried person is imprisoned in his physical body. To emphasize the importance of the institution of marriage, God performed the first marriage. Nevertheless, polygamous marriage is acceptable to Mormons. Joseph Smith, the founder of the religion, was the first to practice polygamy. The Book of Mormon also contains statements that polygamy is appropriate. Mormons believe that the deified man derives his strength from the family. The larger and more numerous the family, the more divinity. Another striking thing about Mormons is that they generally prefer a traditional life. Mormons must always take good care of their divinized bodies. Habits such as alcohol, smoking, drugs, and poor diet are strictly forbidden in Mormonism. Today, Mormons are mostly found in the U.S. state of Utah. It is said that there are about 11,000 or more momos in the world. The most striking thing for Mormons is the Battle of Armageddon, which they see as the beginning of the New Order. For this reason, they even keep a year's supply of food and drink with them in case of any disaster. After this war, the Messiah will reign as king on earth for 1,000 years, and God will complete his kingdom on earth. The Mormons are now in a strong position economically and politically, and have their own universities. Another aspect of this religion is the high level of missionary activity. With their economic and political influence, the Mormons are trying to spread their religion to people. So far, so good. But what is Armageddon? What exactly is the content of the war that they think is coming? Let's put a comma, not a period, in our video here. In the next video, I will tell you about the Battle of Armageddon. Share your comments and thoughts with us. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe. Goodbye, until the Battle of Armageddon.